for a championship!
A double play wins it for Frazier.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! Micaiah touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Frazier wins it. The championship.
Well, we have just completed 2 games in this triple header set here in Saratoga, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Not until we hit the open division where anything goes between these 2 teams. It's the Hollister Hill Balers and the St. Francis Lancers, and it's all next here on the NFHS Network. What's cracking, everybody? I'm Rodrigo Donner here at Saratoga, California, on the campus of West Valley College. This is the last game of this championship triple header. This is the open division, the top ones, the top of the top of the charts. Whichever way you call it, it'll feature the Hollister Hill Balers and the St. Francis Lancers. The St. Francis Lancers are the top-seeded team heading into this game. They came in here taking care of business against San Lorenzo Valley, who they beat in the first round by 2 touchdowns, or 14-0 if you want to be specific. Things got a little more conventional in their semifinal match up against the Rams of Willow Glen, beating them 3-0. On the other hand, Hollister took care of business with ease in their first round, beating Cappuccino with a final of 7-1, before beating Mitty 4-1 in the semis. So it's public versus private in the final round of the Open Division tournament. It'll be the 1-seeder taking on the 3-seed today. We've had a lot of fun and a lot of action today. Earlier today, Alvarez of Santa Cruz, should I say, beat the Santa Teresa Saints with a final of 5-2 in the D3 matchup. And just earlier, we had a lot of dramatics in the D2 championship with Monterey walking off their rival Salinas 4-2 off a 2-run homer by Alan Myers, who had just been pitching very well for the most part until giving up a game-tying RBI single in the top of the 7th. But now, this is it. This is it, Pansit. It's the old day capper. It's the day capper to cap everything. It's the last game of this triple header. We're glad you could join us. I'll give you the lineups quickly for both squads, starting off with the Hay Balers coming down from south from Hollister under head coach Andrew Berrigan. Maddie Bermudez leads things off. She's playing in left, followed by Grace Peffley. She's going to be playing in center. Taylor Fagan's batting third, or Fagan. She'll be playing first. Mia Phillips is in the cleanup spot. She'll be playing at short. Dominique Oliveira's playing behind the dish and batting fifth. Hannah Sanchez is batting third. And Sofia Mariottini, the starting pitcher, will be batting seventh. Lauren McShane is the designated player. She'll be batting eighth. And rounding off the top is Layla Rueda, who's batting ninth. And you may notice below, Ashley Eo is the flex player. She'll be playing over in second. And as the Lancers take the field, I'll give you their lineup. The outfielders will be at the top half of this order. Carly Cummings, she'll be leading off. She'll be playing in left. Jamie Oakland will be playing in right field and batting second. Alexis O'Gorman's playing at center. Kate Munnerlin, the starting pitcher on the circle, will be at cleanup. Rebecca Quinn's batting fifth. She'll be playing at third. Hannah Cushing's batting in first base, batting sixth, playing at first. Chloe Cummings batting seventh. She's playing at short. And Shannon Kieran is the designated player. She'll be batting eighth. Masson Ferrero batting ninth. She'll be playing at second. And the flex player is Isabella Sandoval, and she'll be behind the dish. Our umpires for today's game, behind the plate, Tyrone Murphy, and along the bases, Jeff Pratt's over at first, and Jagade Park is playing at third. And for good measure, St. Francis, as you can see, they're wearing their home whites with the pinstripes and the brown raglan sleeves with the lettering and numbering in brown. Meanwhile, for the Hollister, it's all red everything. Red jersey, red pants, and red piping. White piping along with numbers and letters on the back. As we are jet set and ready to go. It's the last game of this triple header of fun here at West Valley College. We're glad you could join us. My name, of course, is Rodrigo Donner. It's nice to be with you here as we're just about ready to get things going with the game here with Maddie Bermudez up for Hollister. She's leading off, and she'll be taking on Kate Mutterlin up at the circle as Bermudez steps up to the plate. And we're underway as the pitch is up high for a ball at 3:12. So just a couple of minutes off, give or take, but the first pitch is at 3:12 on a nice, partly cloudy day now. It's 79 degrees, but it's a little warm, but the breeze is helping. The 1-0 pitch has a big swing and a miss, strike one, make it 1-1. From a pitching perspective, Mutterlin is one of the two starting pitchers, and she's been pitching lights out based on what I've seen thus far on the stat sheet. .68 ERA. The pitch is up and at it for a ball. It's 2-1. She's pitching with a .68 ERA, and has a record of 14-2 over 17 appearances. It's pretty impressive there, especially with the 14-2 record. There's the pitch. It finds the bit of the line there for strike two. Bermudez is coming into this game with a .437 batting average on the day. Coming into the day, that is. Little check swing, and it's 3-2. Again, it's a beautiful day. This is the day capper of the games we've had. A lot of excitement on all ends, a lot of tension, a lot of drama. Here's the full count. It's ball 4. So you get a runner on to start this whole proceedings for Hollister, and there's a runner on with nobody out. I'll bring up Grace Peffley, their center fielder. Peffley's a sophomore. She's batting a rather interesting .551 heading into today's game with 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 2 triples and home runs. She pulls the old run and swing trick, but no plane was broken on that one. It's ball 1. Having that old lefty, being a left-handed hitter has its perks because you can do the old run and swing head start there. And there she is again. It's fouled, and it was just going at me for a moment, and well, it clipped the top, and the guy in the gray shirt caught it. Well, he had to bobble a little bit, and he got it. And he gave it to his kid to give to the official. We did run out of softballs during the first game of this triple header between Alvarez and Santa Teresa. Had much made to do with a couple of long at-bats and a lot of foul balls that went out of play. 1-1 to count. Foul again, 1-2. It's a nice clear day. The thermometer I have reads 79 degrees. It just doesn't really feel like it. Helps when you have breeze coming in. I do see a lot of faint clouds in the distance. It's 1-2. It's an outside pitch, but the runner goes, and it gets past the shortstop, and she's going to go all the way to third. So Bermudez was looking to steal second, and she got more than just second. She's running to third, and now the Balers are threatening with nobody out, too. Well, if you're Grace Pelfrey, now's a good time to try and poke one. If you can poke one past the infield, as it looks like they're playing in at this point, with an emphasis on third and short playing in. Now Mutterlin's ready, and she throws. And she pokes one early, and it's a base hit that will bring in the game's first run. And it's 1-0. So nice early power hit that finds a little gap between first and second into the outfield. And that's how the Hale Balers get on the board first. It's 1-0. I'll bring up Taylor Fagan, or Fagan. Now time's called already off the bat. Looks like Mike Oakland's not too happy with what he's seeing thus far. Granted, we are early into this game. We're only 3 batters in after all. But hey, this is the open division. This is the best of the best, you know. Not sure how else you could put it. If you've seen a lot of football games in the open division, you know what these games are like. It's one of those games where anything goes. And now, Taylor Fagan is up. Or Taylor Fagan is up. There's a pitch in the zone. It's a strike barely. It's 0-1. Fagan is a freshman. She's batting .494. She's got 10 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs, and 29 RBIs. As that pitch is right in there for a strike, it's 0-2. One nothing Hollister in the top of the first. No one out. Runner at first. There's a pitch down there low, and it's a ball. It's 1-2. This is the last game of this 3-game set here. There is another game going on at the same time, or should be at the same time, over in San Jose State College. It's a pitch down low, throw to second, gets bounced off into the outfield. So that means Grace also joins in on the stolen base fun. She steals a bag herself. Now she's in scoring position with the count at 2-2. There's the pitch. Is strike 3 called, ring her up. Got her looking on that, and there's one away. And with that, the Lancers get their first out. There's one away. I'll bring up their cleanup hitter, Mia Phillips. So Phillips is a junior. She's coming into this game with a .430 batting average, as she swings at a pitch and catches nothing for a strike. It's 0-1. Phillips has 40 RBIs and 7 doubles, 5 triples, and 3 home runs to her name this season. There's a pitch that she likes, but she swings at it too, and it's strike 2. 0-2 the count. If I learned anything from the last game, with runners in scoring position, you don't want to get too antsy because you'll be giving up easy swing and misses every now and then. You want to try to take your time. And there's a swing. She stays alive there with a foul back. It's 0-2 still. I remember in the last game, it was only 2-1. Monterey had a couple of chances to bring in runs with runners in scoring position, but they failed to do so. The 0-2 is just outside. Peffley was kind of calling bluff there for a moment. It's 1-2. As a result, that allowed Salinas to catch up. It's a ball. It's 2-2. Because all those missed opportunities, even when Ella Myers was kind of keeping them at bay, the run support was needed, especially when they got that. Especially it came back to bite them when they couldn't get any run support. But it didn't matter at the end, though, because of that walk-off home run. And there's the 2-2 pitch that is struck out, swinging with a little off-speed spin, and now there's 2 away. I'll bring up Dominique Oliveira, another junior. He's batting .390, coming into this game batting .397 with 27 RBIs, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs on the day, or on the season, should I say. There's a nice little pitch that's just there. It's just there for a ball. 1-0. Hollister is coming in as the number 3 seed in today's game. There's a swing that's just popped back. It's a 1-1. One and one to count to Dominique Oliveira. That pitch is down low. Ball 2. Looked like Peffley was trying to call bluff again. He's showing a little bit of a little head starts distance there between her and second. But the count is 2-1. And here's the pitch. It's taken low. Peffley again showing some little bit of space between her and second base, but she calls bluff again. It's 3-1. If you're Kate Munderland, you want to try and make sure things are a little calm there. Well, that will help. It's a full count now with a little big swing. It's 3-2. Runner at second with 2 outs in a 1-0 game. And Kate looks ready. And here's the pitch from Munderland. Swung on and Oliveira got under it. So we're gonna do it again at a full count. Three and 2 to count. Runner at scoring position. We're at second more specifically. And the pitch is swung on way early and then some and missed. Strike 3 called. That's how the side is retired, but not before Hollister puts one on the board. And we'll go to the bottom of the first and see what the Lancers have in store. It's 1-0 here on the NFHS Network. We are in the bottom of the first, and it's 1-0 Hollister over St. Francis thus far. It's time for the St. Francis Lancers to see what they can do, or at least what they can try to do after giving up 1 run early on. Still early, though, as Carly Cummings leads things off for the Lancers. They'll be looking to do bits against Sophia Mariottini. Oh, it's starting today for the Hay Balers. Sophia is one of 4 starting pitchers for Hollister. Sophia's ready, and she takes the pitch, which is a strike. Despite the way the catcher was catching it from a very awkward position, she's giving her, in fact, the catcher's telling her, just calm down, don't do anything crazy, it's 0-1. Well, she pitched one high, it's 1-1. Mariottini is a senior. She's coming into this game with a 1.83 ERA and a 25-2 record. over 29 play, 29 appearances, should I say. There's a foul that's going back. It's going out of play. And I believe it got bounced. Saw a guy in a gray shirt that caught it. Gray shirt got it. I don't know if he caught it on the fly, but I heard a lot of aw. But it's 1 and 2. It's like she's ready, and here's the pitch. Oh, slung on the lane. That's foul. Mariottini was pitching something that was a little bit outside. Not sure what Carly saw, but looked like she took a bit of something of a defensive swing there, and we'll have to do it again. It's 1-2. In a 1-0 ball game. Well, she's doing the old run and hit trick. It's just something that I talked to you about. But that one's fouled back. It's 1 and 2. It's all about trying to get that advantage when you're a left-handed hitter. It's one of the best things when you're right there. You can try and run and hit. Although you don't want to try and jump the gun too early, or you'll be called out for stepping out of the box. There's a pitch that's outside. We'll make it 2 and 2. Cummings is a senior. She's one of 2 Cummings that are both seniors as well. Carly's batting .488 as she skies one that's fouled. So we'll do it again. She's batting .488 right now. She's got 20 RBI, 10 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, and 20 RBIs accredited to her. Now she looks like she's ready. And here's the pitch. It's a bouncing ball over to first, but it's fouled just barely. It was fouled just before it crossed the bag, for that matter. So we'll go back to 2 and 2. Hey, Balers finished 26 and 3 this season. They went undefeated in league, 14 and 0 in the PCL Gavilan division. And there's a swing by Carly, and it bounces off the pitcher, and she's got on the board. She gets on base. I'm not sure if we'll call that a hit or an error. I think we'll call it a hit for the moment. I'm gonna have to go talk to the scorekeeper on that, but that will bring up Jamie Oakland at the dish. Okay. Now they just called it an error now. So we'll put 1 for Hollister up there, which means Jamie Oakland is up, and she pulls back for a ball. Yeah, that was one of those pitches, one of those hits where it went back to the pitcher, but it went off her. It bounced off first, so she wasn't able to make the proper play on that. So it is an E1. So it's 1 and 0. And here's Mariottini with the pitch. She hits one to right, but it has a lot of room for the right fielder to make the catch. And there's 1 out. Oh, not much doing with that one. We're not I'll bring up Alexis O'Gorman up to the plate. O'Gorman is a senior. She's coming into this game batting .475 on the day. .475. Got 6 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, and 34 RBIs accredited to her. There's a pitch that went right down Highway 85 for a strike. It's 0-1. St. Francis, of course, finished tops in the WCAL at 9-1. 26-2 their overall record, and that pitch is just outside for a ball. It's ball 1. So both teams with somewhat even records in a way. Here's the 1-1. It swings, and it's a base hit, line drive base hit down the left field. That'll bring runners on with 1 out. So you got runners at first and second. So that'll bring up Kate Munnerlin now. Kate, of course, gave up just 1 run in the top half of the frame. She is a junior, though. And Kate hits one with a lot of good contact, was just foul. Munnerlin is batting .382. She has 6 doubles, 2 triples. No, 8 doubles, 6 home runs, and 31 RBIs to boot. She does lead the team in home runs, too, at 6, by the way. There's a strike. Found a little bit of the sort of outside bit corner. So it's 0-2. And now the pitch is skied up, and it's just fouled. And on top of the dugout, I'm just going to go roll up and slightly roll down, so we'll do it again at 0-2. Hollister's only losses came at the hands of Santa Ana side Foothill. And then to this very same St. Francis team, they met before earlier this year with a 10-2 loss over in Mountain View. And their only other loss was against another WCL side, Mitty, to which Hollister avenged in the tourneys. Looks like we're ready back to go. Here's the pitch. Ball's outside. We'll make it 1-2. So St. Francis's meanwhile, St. Francis's 2 other losses. One was in league play against Mitty. They lost 3-2. And one was against Los Alamitos in a neutral site tourney game. As that ball's skied up, will the first baseman have room? Yes, she does. And there are 2 away. That was Taylor Fagon there, finding just about enough comfortable room as she can. And now there are 2 outs. I'll bring up Rebecca Quinn. Quinn is the third baseman. There's the pitch. It's just foul. Like Oakland had to make a jump for that. I'll make it 0-1 for your pleasure. Quinn is batting .419. She's a junior. She's coming into this game at .419 batting average. That pitch just finds the tip of the outside corner. It's strike 2. Good pinpoint pitching there by Mariottini. Quinn has 4 home runs and 7 doubles and 24 RBIs. There's a pitch that goes upstairs. We'll make that ball 1. One and 2 to count with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And here's the pitch. It is just outside. We'll make it 2s across. That was a pitch that missed right above the upper right corner. But anyway, it's 2-2 with 2 outs. 2s across, and here it comes. Skied up. Think Fagan will have room for that, and she will. And that is that. That's how the side is retired. But the Lancers had a couple runners on base. They could not make anything out of it. So that will how the inning end, and it'll take us to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Hollister on the NFHS network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Top of the second here in Saratoga. This is the CCS Open Division Softball Championship here on the campus of West Valley College. I'm Rodrigo Donner here for the third and final game of this long triple header. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're glad you could be here. If you've been through for all three games, I respect you. But we're back to the action. We're in the top of the second as Hollister is up. 6-7-8 is up at the plate now. As that one's fouled back, we'll make it 0-1. This is Hannah Sanchez at the plate. She is the third baseman. She swings at another one. It's fouled, chopped back. Make it 0-2. Sanchez is a junior. She's coming into this game batting .351. She does have 23 RBIs along with 9 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. So a lot of power, a lot of offensive production on her end. She swings and fouls back in. We'll do it again at 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 from Kate Munnerlin, and Hannah check swings, but she didn't go all the way on a pitch that was low in the dirt, so it's 1-2. It's 1-2 count with nobody out, and there is the first out as Hannah swings and misses on that. For Kate Munnerlin, that's her 4th strikeout of the game as there's 1 away. That will bring up the pitcher, Sofia Mariottini. Mariottini gave up 1 hit, and then he gave up she gave up an error as well earlier on. But other than that, she's been doing pretty nicely after 1 inning of work. She's trying to help her own cause, but not in that sense as she swings and misses for the first strike. 0-1. Mariottini is a senior. She's batting .414 coming into this game with 6 doubles and 2 triples. Here's the pitch from Munnerlin. Is up and at him for a ball. She also has 2 home runs and 24 RBIs, and this is over the course of 58 at-bats as well. 1-1 to count. 1-0 Hollister. And that pitch is low and in the turf. So we'll make that 2-1. 2-1 the count with 1 out. And here's 2-1. Kate gives a pitch that Sophia skies it back and out of play. So it's 2-2 to Sofia Mariottini. And Sofia hits one up the middle for a base hit. Found a nice base hit up the gap. The second baseman couldn't get it. And now you have a runner at first with 1 out. Well, Sofia was helping out a little bit of her own cause. We'll see what could happen from there on then with Lauren McShane up. And while Lauren McShane's getting ready to go, we'll have a pinch runner off the bat. It's a sophomore, number 2, Kyla Hignell, a sophomore. Meanwhile, Laura McShane is up. Kyla Hignell does have some speed, though, as she's recorded for 15 stolen bases over 28 games played. So we'll be curious to see how she will attack the bags against this Lancers team. But the task at hand now is up to Lauren McShane now, the designated player. It's up and at it for a ball. Looked like a pitch out as Hignell was calling bluff. McShane, on the other hand, is a junior. She's batting .415 on the season. There's a big cut, swing and a miss, strike one. It looked a little early right there and then. And she took it. She swung it a little too early there. It's 1-1. McShane has 12 RBIs to her record, along with 4 doubles and 3 triples. And she swings at it again and finds nothing for strike 2. Runner on at first, 1 out. It's a 1-0 ball game. Hollister's trying to look to add on. And the pitch as Hignell goes is up there. A ball slide to second, throw to second is not in time. So that was a smart move on the smart move on Andrew Berrigan's end to bring in the pinch runner in Hignell. And now you have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Let's take away a bit of the double play aspect in it. Counts 2-2 with 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 called, and there are 2 away there. So McShane saw something that she thought was probably hanging, but dipped at the last moment, and when she swung, she found nothing there. Now there are 2 away for Layla Rueda. See if Layla can put a little 2-out magic happening here. Oh, there he goes again with those slow off-speeders. It's 0-1. For Munnerlyn, this is her 5th strikeout recorded on the day. 4 of those were swinging. 1 was caught looking. Here's the 0-1. There's a bunt attempt by Rueda, and Munnerlyn can't handle it, and Rueda's going to be safe. Meanwhile, the runner advances. So it was a little bit of a soft blue bunt with 2 outs. Looked like it was all for Munnerlyn to make the throw to first, but she couldn't handle it. It's a little too hot for her to handle. So it's 2 outs. Well, that'll take us right back to the top and bring us to Maddie Bermudez. Bermudez walked and stole a bag in her first at-bat. Pitch is just a bit outside there. It's ball 1, but not before Rueda steals second. Not sure if Isabella Sandoval was ready for that. She didn't look like she was ready to throw the second anyway, but it's 1-0. And the pitch is inside. It's 2-0. But the danger now is you have runners in scoring position, but there are 2 outs, though. So any bag can help. Any bag tagged will be an out. But if you're Hollister, you'd like to get that 2-out rally going, especially against a team like St. Francis. Pitch is, ooh. That's a low pitch for a strike. Heard some slight groans. They don't seem to be too happy with Tyrone Murphy's call. I don't blame them because it looked a bit low from up here. But it's 2-1. And there's a big swing and a miss off Maddie's end. And now it's 2 across with 2 outs and 2 runners on. 2-2 count to Maddie Bermudez. Looks like Kate's looking at her wristband. Now she's ready. She's set and she deals. Foul. She got the tip of it. It's going back, and we'll do it again. 2-2. 1-0 the score for Hollister against St. Francis. We are in the top of the second. And Kate is set, and she delivers. It's just outside. I did see the catcher's glove move in, but Tyrone did not eat up that pitch framing technique there, so it's a full count. Saw Isabella's glove just moving right when the ball met the glove there. And there's an inside pitch there. It's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. There were some close calls there with some of the pitches there. Some that were really close or could go either way, but at the end of the day, it's a ball. It's a base on balls for Maddie Bermudez. They'll bring up Grace Peffley up. The center fielder singled as well, and she too stole a bag last time around. There's a pitch that is outside for a ball. It's 1-0, probably just a bit outside of the big eastern horizontal line, if you can imagine a strike zone. But it's 1-0 to Grace Peffley. Grace swings in, it's fouled. It was coming after this press box, but the netting protected us, so it's 1-1. Got a very good crowd around us. The bleachers are packed for this open division game. Now here's the 1-1 pitch. A big swing and a miss. It's 1-2 to Grace Peffley. It's going to be a big pitch here, or let alone a big at-bat. If you can keep it a 1-0 game, you're in business if you're St. Francis. But here's the 1-2. A little bit of a late swing over to the shortstop. She just tosses to third for the out. And the inning is, or should I say, the side is retired. So it looked like the Hay Balers were threatening with bases loaded, but they couldn't seem to get anything done on that. So we go to the bottom of the second with a 1-0 game in favor of the Hollister Hay Balers in the CCS Open Division Championship. Okay, we're in the bottom of the second here in West Valley. Hay Balers up 1-0. We're glad you could join us. Speaking of Hollister, their baseball counterparts look to win the D1 championship when they take on Valley Christian later tonight at 7 o'clock. My colleague Christopher English will be on the call on that here on the NFHS network. And we're back into the action here with a pitch that is called a strike. It's 0-1. That's over at Excite Ballpark, by the way. However, in just like... I'll get back to that as that pitch is fouled. Just about 10 minutes time, it will be Branham and... We'll figure it out. Branham's facing someone. The name escapes me for a moment, but it's 0-2. It's skied on to right field, and the right fielder makes the catch. 1 out. That'll bring up Chloe Cummings. That was Hannah Cushing flying out to right. This is the other Cummings sister, by the way. This Chloe is hitting .388 with 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. The pitch is just a bit low. It's ball 1. One and 0. So Carmel and Branham will be playing in just under 10 minutes time over at Excite Ballpark. You might like to head over there if you fancy. As Chloe hits one deep to center, but a lot of room for the center fielder. She showed some range, and there are 2 outs now, 2 away. This will bring up Shannon Karen up. Shannon's hitting 288 coming into today. There's a pitch that's low. It's a ball. Over just down the road in San Jose City College in the Division IV Championship, Live Oak beat Pacific Grove 4-0. That's the only score that I remember seeing thus far. And there's a big swing and a miss. It's strike one. 1-1 to count. Kieran is batting 288, as I mentioned. She has 13 RBIs and 3 doubles, along with 3 home runs. That pitch is a bit up. It's 2-1 the count. We're in the bottom of the second here in West Valley College in the final game of this triple header, the Open Division Championship. Here's the pitch. It's skied up. Plenty of room for the shortstop to get it if she can tell her players off, and which she does. And that will end the inning. So, nothing to doing for the Lancers as they go 1-2-3. We'll go in the top of the third next. It is 1-0 Hollister Hay Balers.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back to the top of the third now, and as you can see, or if you can see, there's a new pitcher now for St. Francis. Shan Karen moves into the circle after Kate Munnerlin was in it for the first 2 innings. Now Shannon was the DP, so she was flexed, so she might have flexed in as a result. She might have been subbed in as a result. But now we're back into the top of the third in a 1-0 ball game in the Open Division Championship. Hollister is up 1-0. Just wanted to say hello to all of you watching us wherever you are, however you are, whatever you are. We're glad you could join us. Hope we're part of your Memorial Day weekend plans. One off-the-wall sports score that I'd like to note is that the EFL Championship playoff final, which I'll get to in just a bit if you're a bit of a soccer fan. I'll get to that in a little bit. But we're back to business now in the top of the third, excuse me. This is Taylor Fagon up. She saw one for ball 1. It's 1-0. Fagon struck out looking in her first at bat. And she sees another one. It's 2-0. So I was saying up there, Luton Town beats Coventry City in the championship final. They won on Penn 6-5, although the score was leveled at 1-1. Which means they became the first team from the 5th tier, non-league, as that pitch is called a ball, to climb from the National League all the way to the Premiership. So congratulations on them. Of course, the final day is this weekend, as I forgot. Especially there's a big relegation battle down below. Gulp. I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest with you. But it's 3-0. The count to Taylor Fagon. And that pitch is up. It's 4 straight balls for a walk. And now you want to try and build something in here. You want to try and get some runs in if you are the Hay Balers. You don't want to let a team like St. Francis in easily. You don't want to let them back in. They're a very dominant team. They can score runs at ease. But so far so good right now if you're Shannon Mariatino. So we're moving up now with Mia Phillips up. Phillips swings and she takes one out to right center, but the right fielder has it. That's one away. It's one out. That she'll bring up Dominique Oliveira there with one away. Oliveira struck out swinging in the first inning in her first attempt of asking. Now Shannon throws. That pitch is a strike to make it 0-1. 1-0 the score right now. I see a bunch of ones on my lines right now. 1-1-1 for 1-1-1 for Hollister, while St. Francis only has 1 hit. Pitch is outside. We'll make that 1-1. Speaking of ones. 1-0 the score. We're in the top of the third. Abrams are going to try and look to add with a runner at first. And now the pitch. Got jammed on. It's fouled back. The third baseman catches it. And it's the second out. Good play to show some range there on that end. That was Rebecca Quinn having to kind of show some range out there. She got a little bit close to the net there, but she was able to make the grab. And now there are 2 away. And I'll bring up Hannah Sanchez. Sanchez struck out last inning in her first at-bat. Seeing a lot of strikeouts on my scorebook here, as that pitch is just a tad outside for a ball, so it's 1-0. As I said, it's a very good crowd out here today. It's getting a little warm, although the breeze is cooling things down a bit. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Is a tad high, and it gets past the catcher, which allows Fagon to move to second easily. So it's a stolen base. And now it's 2-0 with 2 strikes. And now you have the runner in scoring position. You want to try and build something out of nothing there if you're the Hay Balers. 2-0 count, 2 outs, and here's the pitch. There's a swing, and that's a base hit. It's slightly going back, but it gets cut off. They'll try to bring in a run scored, and it's in easily. It's 2-0 as Hollister doubles their lead up to 2. It is an RBI single. We call that an RBI single by Hannah Sanchez, who finds a gap in left. Could have been a gap splitter had been not cut off by the left fielder, but it's it. But she got the job done with that little 2-out rally magic. And now it's 2-0 with 2 outs. I'll bring up the pitcher, Sophia Mariottini now. She'd be glad to be happy to have a 2-0 lead, despite being called a first strike up against her in this at-bat. Last at-bat, she singled, although that came for nothing. I have 3 hits now if I look at on my line score. And Sophia hits one out to right, but plenty of room for the right fielder. Catch it, and the side is retired. But not before Hollister doubles their lead to 2. as they score another run to make it a 2-run game here at West Valley College in the Open Division Championship. It's 2-0 in favor of the Hollister Hail Balers on the NFHS network. We are in the bottom of the third here in Saratoga. It is a 2-0 score in favor of the Hollister Hail Balers from just down south here on the NFHS network. We're glad you could join us. It's the last game of this triple header up here in West Valley College. It's been a long day of softball. As I mentioned in the earlier game in the D3 championship, Alvarez of Santa Cruz beat Santa Teresa 5-2, and then just earlier ago, it was a 4-2 walk-off victory for Monterey in the D2 championship. So this is the finale. And there was a big swing and a miss, strike one. That one is to Madison Ferraro, who is up to bat for the first time. Swings and chops one foul. Ferraro is coming into this game as a senior. 242, 7 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 18 RBIs into her accolades for this season. Or should I say stat line? Not accolades. Stat line sounds more natural. But here's the 0-2 pitch. And it's a big swing and a miss. That was a little curvy. That was a little curvy off-speeder that got a little movement in and then some. It's strike 3 for the first out, and there's one away. So now we run it back up to the top with Carly Cummings, one of the two Cummings sisters. A lot bit of relativity in this lineup if I were to bring it up, especially with someone else coming up later on. But we're back with Carly Cummings, who reached on an error off a rather innocent ground ball to the pitcher. And now she just skies one to left, for which the left fielder gets for the second out. Now there are 2 away. So some quick outs there leads us to 2 outs, and Jamie Oakland here. And this is the other relativity that I brought up here in just a moment, but I'll let you know that she flew out to right in her first at bat. She tries to bunt and get on. It's fouled. It's 0-1 because I'm not sure if this is entirely true, but it seems possible that it's true. But she's related to Mike Oakland, the coach. Now, I'm not kind of sure if that's true or not, but if it isn't, I'm sorry. I might have jumped into conclusions there, but I was just looking at it there. And Jamie swings at this 0-1 pitch. I'll go back. It's 0-2. We're in the bottom of the third here in Saratoga. And here's the 0-2 payoff. Swung on it, just gets past the shortstop, in for a base hit. Nice diving effort there on the end by the Hollister shortstop Mia Phillips. She kind of slammed her hand down, saying, "Darn it, I wish I should have gotten that one. Should have gotten that one back." But there's a runner on for St. Francis's end. And there's 2 outs now for Alexis O'Gorman. Alexis singled in her first at-bat, so she's going to try and look to get a little rally going. And there won't be any rally as of that, as she lines it to the second baseman to retire the side and end the inning. So, thought we had a little magic going on there in the bottom half of the third with a runner at first, but nothing to it. So we head to the top of the fourth. It is 2-0 in the CCS Open Division Championship here on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're in the top of the fort here at the campus of West Valley College in Saratoga, California. It's the CCS Open Division Championship for softball. I'm Rodrigo Daughter. Glad you could join us wherever you are, however you are, wherever you are. We're going back to where we are with Hollister, and I'll bring up Lauren McShane to kick things off. Pitch is up and at it for a ball. It's 1-0. McShane struck out swinging in her first at bat. She's trying to look and change something with that. 1-0 to count. Nobody on. There's a nice pitch just right down Stevens Creek Boulevard for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 to count. 2-0 to score in the top of the fourth. And the pitch. A big swing and a miss. Strike two. A little off-speed bump and up. In terms of movement, that is. It's the best way I could describe it. But it's 1-2. 1-2 to McShane. Here's the pitch from Shannon. Saw a little bit of glove movement there. That glove moved up to try to sell it to Tyrone, but he wasn't buying. And it's 2-2. 2-2 to count to Lauren McShane. Here's the pitch from Shannon Kieran at 2-2. A big swing and a miss. Strike three called. So that was a bit of a heater on that time around, and Lauren tried to make do with it, but she couldn't find anything of that. And it's strike three called for the first out of this inning. And I'll bring up Layla Rada. Layla singled in her first at bat. She's gonna try and do better than trying to not do better, but add more. She tried to bunt, get cheek, but it's foul, so it'll be 0-1. 2-0 our score here. Things are really close, and that's how it could be with the two of the best schools in the Open Division, the 1 and the 3 seed. 1 seed is St. Francis, 3 seed Hollister. There's a big swing and a miss there. That was a bit of a heater with some movement on it. It's 0-2. Rueda is coming in with an OPS of 730. There's the pitch. He swings and misses on some strikes. That's a third strike swing and a miss, and there are two away on back-to-back strikeouts. So it's two straight strikeouts, and we run it back to Maddie Bermudez. She had 2 walks to her credit last time around. She wants to try and kind of add something, try to open her account in a sense. There's 2 outs. Now the pitch is a strike. It's right down the Almaden Expressway for the first strike, or the Montague Expressway, whichever way you look at it. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch from Shannon Korean. It's foul back, and it's 0-2. Bermudez has a slugging percentage of .678, but an OPS of $1.21 and 1, or 1.211 if you want to be technical. Shannon looks ready. She's finding her pitch, to which she does, and she throws, and it's strike 3 called. It's painted in there like a picture, and that is how the side is retired. So 1, 2, 3 go to Hail Balers in strikeout form. We'll go to the bottom of the fort and see if the Lancers can answer back with that. It's 2-0 Hollister here on the NFHS Network. Downstairs in the fort here in Saratoga, it's 2-0 to the Hollister Hail Balers against St. Francis's 0. So now the Lancers are up. Little first pitch there, that's a strike. It's 0-1. That's up to Sofia Mariottini. That's foul. Excuse me, that's Hannah Sanchez there. I couldn't see the 8 in the back properly. It's fouled. It's 0-2. Sofia's due up. What I'm saying. Hannah Sanchez is on the plate. It's high. It's ball 1. Sanchez struck out swinging in her first at-bat, but got a single in her second at-bat. She's 1 for 2, and she kind of gets on under this one. Room for the right fielder catch, and that's the first out, 1 away. It's going to bring up another hitter. Riley Quinn is up. Or Rebecca Quinn, should I say. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. That was Kate Munelin earlier. She was the one that got the 1-2-3 innings, 1-2-3 strikeouts earlier, and it's up to Kate. It's up to Rebecca Quinn now. There's a pitch that is a bit high, or so I thought it was. And it was high. It's 1-0. Quinn. And Quinn swings one. It's foul back. It's 1-1. It's a little bit of flat berm seating out in left field where people are standing. That's where the ball bounced. I didn't know you can kind of stand there. It's 1-1. Rebecca retired the side in her first at-bat. Do more than that now. A little bit of standing. You can stand in front. But anyway, it's 1-1 with 1 out. And the pitch is just a tad outside. A close, tough take there. It's 2 to make it 2-1. Hannah Cushing will be due up for the Lancers. And here's the pitch. And she got jammed on that. A lot of room for the shortstop to catch it, and that's the second out. That'll bring up Hannah Cushing. She flew out in her first at bat. She flew out to right field first time around. Trying to get something going as we're already midway through this game. We're in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs in a 2-0 ball game in favor of Hollister. It's still close though. Anything can happen. It's the pitch. Oh, that was a high pitch, but she got under that one. She skies one back for a foul. It's 0-1. Well, I'm curious to know is Hannah Cushing related to the actor Peter Cushing? That's an easy question that I want to know. It's kind of a question that I kind of thought about since last name Cushing. There's a ground ball to third. A lot of room, and he throws it to first for the out, and that'll be that. So 1, 2, 3 go to Lancers, and we shall go to the top of the fifth. We're coming to you from West Valley College in Saratoga, California. Hollister's up 2-0 in the CCS Open Division Championship here on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Stay in the middle, like you a little, don't want a riddle, but we're already past the middle at this point, so say a ditto, because we're at the top of the fifth now. Past the midway point into this game, it's 2-0 in favor of the Hollister Hay Balers. Shannon Crayon is still up here on the circle as we are underway, and I think we have a new hitter if I'm working at this win. It's number 11 for Hollister. Nope, it's just it's a number 11, but it's a ball. I'm looking at the same person here. It says Grace Peffley, but she is also wearing number 11 as well. We'll try to figure that out eventually, but it's 1-0. Pitch runs inside. It's 2-0. Apologies for the drop there for a moment. I must have realized it's the same batter, Grace Peffley, who's now in a 2-1 count. She's wearing the different number, though, because I had it as 4 on my scorebook, but I apologize for that. There's a pitch that just misses outside for a full count, for a 3-1 count. Grace retired to side. She stole a bag, and she singled. That's the look of her line right now. But it's 3-1 to top the fifth. And there's a bit of a... Ooh, that's a tough call right there, eh? Full count. Not sure. That swing looked a little close. That's the thing sometimes. That's also the downside effects, too, when you're running and swinging at the same time if you're a left-handed hitter. But it's full count time. 3-2, and the pitch. She chops one to third, which has a lot of time to throw the first for the first out. One away. That's gonna bring up Taylor for gone. She walked and got caught looking for strike 3. And that's how the way her day's been going. 1 out, 2-0 score. I'm gonna try and look to add things at this point since we're this late into the proceedings. Shannon looks at her card, and now she's ready to go with the pitch. There's a pitch that is in there in the corner for a strike. It's 0-1. I think probably landed in the corner, I reckon. Now time is called. It's like Andrew Baragon's going to try to talk things over with Taylor, see what to plan to do next. I got 4:22 on my clock, so things should be underway right now between Carmel and Brandon. If you care to switch over to that game, that'll be at Excite Ballpark right now. That's for the CCS Division III Championship. My colleague John Lewis is on the call for that one. Here's the 0-1 count. It's low. Let's make it 1-1. And likewise, Hollister's baseball counterparts will be playing later tonight, as they will be taking on WCAL side Valley Christian at 7 o'clock. My other colleague, Christopher Anglage, will be on the call on that. As Taylor grounds one into center, that'll be a base hit. She found the little gap that she liked. And he found it up the middle. And he had a runner at first with 1 out. I'll bring up Mia Phillips right after we get what might be a substitution here. We're getting a pinch runner, I reckon. Yes, we are. We're getting a pinch runner. This will be number 3 for Hollister. Avery Chavez, a freshman. She's going to be trying to look and get that one extra run she's getting, and across 28 games, she has stolen 11 bases. So if you're Hollister, you want to try and get these runs in when you can, because these are going to come in the premium against a team like St. Francis. But there's 1 out. Brings up Mia Phillips. The pitch is low. Look like Chavez was kind of showing a little bit of bluffing right there. Ball 1. It's 1-0. Phillips is 0 for 2. She struck out, and she flew out to right. There's a pitch that was pitched. That was a clear pitch out there, just to make sure Chavez was honest. Makes it 2-0. That was clear. That was a bit of a pitch out to try and keep Avery Chavez honest. And here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's low. Now it's 3-0, and you're kind of worrying now if you're St. Francis. Right now, you want to try to keep the gap between you and Hollister within the screaming distance. You don't want to put any more damage from here on in. But it's 3-0. And here's the pitch. High and up. It's ball 4. So the runners are at first and second with only 1 out. Now we'll bring up Dominique Oliveira. So Oliveira popped to third and struck out swinging in her first 2 at-bats. This has been a relatively close game thus far if you were to narrow it down to brass tracks. It's only a matter of if Hollister can score more runs or if if St. Francis can come back. That pitch is low. It's the ball 1. It's 1-0 with 1 out. 2-0. Hollister score. Looks like Shannon's ready, and Shannon delivers. Pitch was high, but Dominique got under it, and she fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Wind is kind of picking up after staying a little light during the second game as we're heading to this late in the day. 1-1. It's kind of pitching out there, making sure Avery is right where she is. It's 2-1. Do see some more faint clouds out in the distance, out in right center field. You can see it on the upper part of your screen. You got the right field, sort of like an equal sign. 2-1. It's a ground ball to short. She throws to third, and that's all she gets. So, nothing doing there, but nothing productive or nothing doing there. That's a fielder's choice. So now there's 2 outs. And I'll bring up Hannah Sanchez. Hannah is 1 for 2. She singled and she struck out. Here's the pitch. Is clearly a pitch out there. St. Francis, of course, having to rely on pitch outs. You do have speed up on the base paths, particularly in second. Now time is called. Now we have another pinch runner. Speaking of speed, they're going to try to put some more speed on the base paths here. This is number 16 for Hollister, a freshman, Madeline Rodriguez. So they're going to try and put some speed into those base paths, trying to get all those insurance runs in, and they really need it. They still have the edge though at 2-0. Shannon's ready. Well, she's almost ready. Now she's ready, and she delivers. Pitch is low. Make it 2-0. 2-0 to score. You got runners at first and second here at West Valley College in Saratoga. There's the pitch. She swung. It's foul. It's going to just clank off the top of that roof by the first base dugout and just roll down. So it's 2-1. 2-1 to count to Hannah Sanchez. This field looks ready. She's just about ready. Now she's ready. She's set. And she delivers. Fouls one back. It's 2s across now. 2-2 with 2 outs. See 2's on the board there in a 2-0 game. The Lancers can get out of this one. They'll have a chance to probably tie it up. Still have a lot of time left, obviously. They're down to 9 outs, to be specific. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back again. It's going to be 2-2 again. So this has turned to a bit of a battle now for Sanchez. Gonna try and stay alive here. We're in the top of the 5th. 2-0. And Shannon throws, and he grounds to third. Throws with the first, and the side is retired. So they had some runners at first and second. However, the Hay Balers failed to score. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Saratoga. Hollister is up 2-0 in the CCS Open Division Championship.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th here in Saratoga. It's 2-0 Hollister over St. Francis here on the NFHS Network. Rodrigo Donner here with you, wherever you are. Happy you could join us here. St. Francis is up to bat now. And there's a strike right down. It's 0-1. Chloe Cummings is up now. The other Cummings sister. She flew out to center in her first at bat. And she sees a pitch that is just a tad outside. It's 1-1. One and one to count. 2-0 Hollister, and the pitch is skied up. A lot of room for Taylor to forgone to catch it, and she does for the first out. 1 away. So nothing doing on that end, and that will bring up Shannon Kieran, the pitcher. She came in relief for Kate, as starting initially off as a DP. She flew out to left in her first at bat. She swings and she skies one up. A lot of room for Taylor if she can find it, and she does. That's the second out. 2 quick outs for Hollister. And that'll bring up Madison Ferraro. Or it won't. It looks like we got a pinch hitter up. It's going to be number 15 for St. Francis, a sophomore. And that will be Ava Bolanti. She's a sophomore, and she's batting .368 coming into today. And she has 5 RBIs, 2 home runs, and a double accredited to her season thus far. She's looking to try and find a little magic going on here with 2 outs. Swings, it's fouled back. It's 0-1. Belanti also has an OPS of 1.137 and a slugging percentage of .736. Interesting power there. 0-1. Well, she got jammed on that, which means it was easy enough for the pitcher to catch. And that is that. Sophia Mariatino is kind of going through the motions right now as it's 1-2-3 going down the Lancers as we're in the top of the 6th. It is Hollister 2, St. Francis 0. Well, we're in the top of the 6th. It's a bit of a crunch time now for the Lancers. On the other end, if you're the Hay Balers, you want to try and add on to your 2-0 lead while you could, as we are in the top of your 6th. Sophia Mariatini is up. She ended the last frame as she pitch to pop out for a 1-2-3 inning, and she helps her own cause with a base hit out to right field. So, after ending the last frame by catching a pop out, she now gets a base hit of her own, and she might help her cause. And I believe we'll have another pinch runner as a result of that. Try and get these runners in while you could. That means Lauren McShaney is up. And that's Hignell back in the game. Kyla Hignell back in the game. The pinch hit. It's all about getting the speed, getting those runs as quick as you can. That's a ball that was kind of scuffed out barely in the turf. This is a turf field, by the way. There's no infield dirt save for the pitcher's circle. Everything else is dealt with turf. That includes the warning track and the infield. The 1-0 is a strike. Just had to make sure I was on the same page there with Tyrone for a moment, but it's 1-1 the count. It's a pitch that was found a little the corner. It's 1-1 the count with a runner on. It's a swing and a miss, strike one there. Throw to second, and she's out. So Hignell tried to steal that second bag there, but she couldn't get in there in time. So as a result, it's 1-2 with one out. One and two to count, 1 out, 2-0 for Lauren McShane. And the pitch is a big swing and a miss. Strike three called on the pitch that looks like it was just outside, or if it scraped a little bit of the line. We'll never know for sure, but there's 2 outs. I'll bring up Layla Rueda with 2 outs. Rueda struck out and singled, and there's a strike there. It's 0-1. We're in the top of the 6th here. It's 2-0. Foster's hanging in there. And the pitch. Oh, she tries to bunt, but the third baseman easily picks that up and throws the first for the out, and that will be the end of the inning. So they had a runner, then they didn't have a runner, and they failed to score as a result. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Hollister in the CCS Open Division Championship on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bottom of the 6th here in Saratoga. Time is running out for the Lancers. They only have 6 outs left as we're in the bottom of the 6th. As we run it back to the top of the order, and Carly Cummings. Cummings is 0 for 1. She flew out to left, but she reached on an error though. Meantime, it is crunch time for the St. Francis Lancers from Mountain View. Here's the pitch. And, well, she found some gap in the middle, and it's a base hit. Well, it's now's kind of a good time to try to find something cooking now. When you're down by 2, there's nobody out. That should bring up Jamie Oakland. Oakland, the right fielder, is 1 for 2. She singled, and she flew out to right. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to bunt right now, especially with no outs on the board. And she, well, she kind of did, but kind of panned back to past the catcher and out back into the backstop. So it's a foul, strike 1. Even so, whether she bunts or not, she does represent the tying run. Now time is called. Looks like Tyrone's just trying to have a talk there with Sophia. Sophia's having a rather good day. Only one strikeout in her accord. Only a couple strikeouts in her accord, but she is making sure she's doing the job done of retiring the sides when she can. Oh, and 1, the count. Third baseman's playing in. There's the pitch. No, she elects to swing and it's fouled back. It's 0-2. 2-0 Hollister in the bottom of the 6th. Looks like she's ready. Sophia's ready and she throws. And that's high. It's going back there, but a lot of room for the right fielder to catch it. It's 1 out. Had a lot of pop in it, but nothing was it had a lot of loud pop in it, but nothing was doing there. So that's your first out for this bottom half. It would bring up Alexis O'Gorman. And there's 1 out there. It's a 2-0 game. And Sophia is looking for a pitch. She's ready and she deals. High up there, it's ball 1. It's 1-0. Two nothing to score. Says we are playing for the Open Division Championship. And Sophia's ready. Here's the 1-0. Chop to Taylor, who throws to first, but that's all. Who actually touches the bag, but that's all she'll get for the fielder's choice. Runner moves to second, though, but she's in scoring position. And she's away with 2 outs. That'll bring up Kate Munnerlin. Kate would look to try and add to her cause as time is called. See Andrew Berrigan out there. I don't think we'll see a change happening. It's just telling the infielders, hey, look, just calm down. Don't get a little too nervous there. I can't read lips from back there, but that's what probably would be going through Andrew right now and what he's trying to tell his players. I don't see them making a change for whatever reason. I wouldn't blame them. Sophia Mariottini is doing very well anyway. And it's just a little bit of pep talk there. So, we'll go back to the action here and see what Sophia deals with Kate Munnerlin, pitcher versus pitcher, in a way. What do you think about it? Here we go, 2 outs. And the pitch is low and outside, just barely. It's ball 1. 1-0. Munnerlin, on the hitting side of things, has flown out twice. She'd like to get one back here, but she won't as it grounds to short, throws the first, and that is how the cookie will crumble for that inning. So they had a runner in scoring position, but the Lancers can't seem to do anything about it. As we go to the top of the 7th here in Saratoga, California, the Hollister Balers are up 2-0 over the St. Francis Lancers in the Open Division Championship. Top of the 7th here at West Valley College in Saratoga, California. Rodrigo Donner taking you through to the end of this Open Division Championship match between Hollister and St. Francis. Hollister has a 2-0 lead as the Hay Balers are up in the 7th inning right now. This is Maddie Bermudez as they take it back to the top. It's low, it's ball 1. This is the last game on the dock today here in Saratoga. If you're still around, you might like to switch over to Carmel Branham over at Excite Ballpark in San Jose for the D3 Baseball Championship. That is happening right now as I speak. And Maddie gets jammed and fouls that one back. It's 1-1. That's the D3 Championship. My colleague John Lewis is on the call for that one right now, so if you're still around, you might want to switch over to that. And then later tonight, the baseball team from Hollister will be taking on another WCAL team in Valley Christian. Later tonight at 7 o'clock, my good friend and colleague Christopher Englage will be on the call for that one. Now Maddie swings and almost takes out Andrew Berrigan, the Hollister coach. He only just ducked out of the way there. Nothing casual. Nothing interesting. He just ducked out. He just pulled back like it was nothing. It's just a little casual pull back out of harm's way to make it 1-2 to Maddie Bermudez. Shan Crayon still out there as she deals, and that one will be skied up foul. So we'll do it again at 1-2. We're in the top of the 7th here. The runs that Hollister scored were in the 1st and the 3rd, respectively. Hollister's trying to look to widen the gap between them and St. Francis, despite St. Francis stuck on 0. And here's the 1-2. It's low. We'll make it 2-2. Two and 2 count in a 2-0 game with no outs here at West Valley College. That pitch is lined to the left fielder for a first out, 1 away. That will bring up Grace Peffley, despite me getting a little confused there about the jersey number. She's wearing number 11 on your screens. I had her as number 4 on my scorebook. Had to work things out a little bit, but she's on. She singled and grounded out. Now she's trying to lay one down. She says never mind, pulls back, and it's up there, ball 1. I'd like to thank the folks at West Valley College for helping me set up, finding me a good place to set up in this nice state-of-the-art press box here. We're in the broadcast booth of where the magic happens. They got all this producing technology. You got a lot of angles that I can see of the stationary cameras, so I can get a nice different perspective of the field. That pitch is a tad outside, ball 2. Of course, this field is only a couple years old. This entire facility is a couple years old. This entire complex, many of the athletic fields are being built up. They're getting new fields. There's, in fact, a brand new baseball field that is built in similar fashion to this one just on the other side of this campus. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Is low. It's 3-0. All this is entirely new, by the way. There's a lot of things here, and I can see the technology that we're in here. I also like to give a shout out to Matt Folsom, who helped me set up, give a nice who was also integral in helping me set up, find a nice place in the press box to do my thing. And that's ball 4. So, got a walk from Grace Pelfrey, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for a pinch runner just to get some runs in. Looks like Andrew's going to stick with what he's got right now as Taylor Fagon is up. Singled, struck out looking, and walked. That's the look of the land on Taylor's end. Pitch is low. It's a throwback to first. Not in time. Of course, West Valley is one of the 2 neutral site locations where CCS is hosting their championships. The other games, of course, are at San Jose City College, just down the road from here. Just down Highway 85, then go north on 880, and then get on 280 southbound. There is a swing by Fagon, but it's a lot of room for the left fielder to make the catch, and they're 2 away. I'll bring up Mia Phillips. Phillips, of course, is 0 for 2. She did walk, but she flew out to right, and she struck out swinging in her day. The pitch, she kind of went up with Taco, but it's foul and just out of play. 0-1 to count. So, if the results do stand, Hollister would be avenging one of their other 3 losses. Should the results stand. That pitch is outside. Catcher bluffed. It's 1-1. They did come to this game with 3 losses, though. So, assuming this holds, they'll be avenging their 10-2 loss away to St. Francis in Mountain View back on March 25th. And that is skied up to right. Plenty of room. Nope, not plenty of room, so it's 1-2. That was one of their only 3 losses they had. All 3 losses were in intra-conference games or non-league games in a way. They already avenged one of their losses earlier this week to Archbishop Mitty in the semis, 4-1, having lost to them 3-2 earlier this month on May 1st. 1-2, 2 outs in the pitch. There's a swing that's going to be foul, just barely foul and then some. That just hooked if that just stayed a little bit to the left, that would have been extra bases for sure. That would have probably gone in an insurance run, but the count stays at 1-2. Of course, if you're St. Francis, you just want to try and stage this off and try to see if you can set yourself up for a nice comeback here. It is 2-0 Hollister with the count 1-2. Is high, but it was awkward for the catcher. It allowed the runner at first to move to second. So we get 2s across again. Could something happen from there? We're about to find out. But the count is 2-2. 2 outs. Shannon is ready. Looks to her wrist. Sees the sign and it opened up her eyes. And she's ready. And here's the 2-2. It's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. That will be a big run, scoring in. There is a little insurance that I was talking about. It's now 3-0. Where I was just talking about the insurance run that was happening earlier. Well, Mia Phillips came, oh my gosh. Mia Phillips did come through for the Hay Balers. It's now 3-0 in favor of the Hollister Hay Balers in the top of the 7th. And that is big for them. That's going to bring up Dominique Oliveira. See if she can try to continue on with this 2-out rally. But she skies one. This is going to be a little close play, and the second baseman can't get it. It's going to go all the way back, rolling into the warning track, and it'll bring in Mia from first as Dominique scores. Dominique scores in another run. I'm going to call that a hit from the way that was trekking, and those are the insurance runs that they real desperately needed to try and stay things away from St. Francis. It's now 4-0 in favor of the Hollister Hay Balers. Kind of a bloop hit, and just looking out there, I can kind of sense from Hollister's end of things, they can smell or taste the victory, the trophy, the Open Division Championship up there. St. Francis is looking a little calm and quiet, but in their minds, they're thinking it's not over yet. As Hannah Sanchez is up, trying to join in on the fun as this pitch is low. It's ball 1. So it escalated a little bit quickly. It's 4-0 here in favor of the Hay Balers. It's ball 2. A bit high, a little pitch outs, 2-0. 4-0 to score as Hollister comes arrive with 2 runs. Here's the pitch from Shannon, and it's fouled back to make it 2-1. Four nothing to score. As the pitch comes and it's fouled back, it's 2s across again. 2-2, 2 outs. 4-0 to score. Anna's trying to jump in on the hit parade now, trying to add some more runs into what is a 2-run 7th. Looks like Shannon Cray is ready, and she deals, and she gives a swing and strike 3 and out, but not before some big runs for the Hollister Hay Balers to score, and those came in big. Meanwhile, it's crunch time. It's now or never for St. Francis. 4-0 as we head to the final half of the 7th in regulation innings on the NFHS network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
Not to borrow from my cousin Christine, but I wonder if we still have a little moment of truth left over from the second game of this series. That was the Monterey Salinas game that ended in a walk-off. I wonder if St. Francis has a little bit of luck in them left. They need 4 to tie and 5 to win. It is possible. We've seen things happen like this before. But the task is hard at hand as Hollister is 3 outs away from securing the Open Division title. So this will bring up Rebecca Quinn to lead off. She's 0 for 2 thus far. That's a pitch that is just a bit side out, as gestured by our home plate umpire, Tyrone Murphy. It's strike one. It's ball one, excuse me. 1-0 to count. There's a liner fair. Just down the line, barely. It was a scorcher that was coming in hot. Quinn's coming through second, and she has herself a leadoff double. Well, if they needed some sort of spark, they found one. It's one as Maddie Quinn scorched one down the line, and she's got herself a leadoff double with no outs. I wouldn't be surprised if Hannah Cushing would try to move her to third with the sacrifice. But you have the runner at second and no outs as well. Hannah Cushing is up. She grounds it to short. Throws it to first. Hannah throws. And Rebecca's out. She tried to tag up from second, throw to third. She tried to tag up from second, throw to third while the shortstop was throwing to first. The out was made at first, but the first baseman, Fagan, threw it to third. And just like that, there are 2 outs, and Hollister are on the brink. They have 1 foot, or should I say 1 hand, on that trophy, that Open Division trophy title. And as a result of that, we now lead to Chloe Cummings. Can she try to keep this inning alive? As that's a ball. So what we thought was potentially a rally starter, it got snuffed out. And instantly there's 2 away. So Chloe is now having to try and keep this together. It's do or death time now immediately. That pitch is inside. Some people disagree with that call below. It's 2-0. The Cummings is already having to be thrown into a situation where instead of having the runner at third with 1 out, it's now turning into a 2-out situation. It's a 2-0. Right down. No, it's not right down. I think that was a little bit low at the knees. It's 3-0. So now it's 3-0 count. Sophia Mariatina is doing a very good job pitching, and that's a strike. It was low, but it was in the zone. Cummings thought otherwise, but Tyrone politely disagreed. So it's 3-1, and there's another good pitch. I was going right down Santa Clara Street for a full count, and now the Lances are down the last strike. It's Chloe Cummings against Sophia Mariottini. Full count. Some of the fans are on their feet, and the payoff is high up. Center fielder has it, and that, my friends, is that. Final. The Hollister Hale Balers are your CCS Open Division champions for the year 2023. And now they're celebrating the Big Red. The mighty Big Red are celebrating on the infield, as you can see. Final score from Saratoga, 4-0 Hollister over St. Francis. It was close-knit, very competitive throughout the game. But Sophia Mariottini was able to shut it down when she needed to, pitching a complete game shutout as she can, as she prevented any runners from scoring from that matter. Let me give you the final line score for for this game. Hollister has 4 runs, 7 hits, and an error. St. Francis had no runs, 3 hits, and an error. And of course, Sofia Mariottini is the winning pitcher, pitching that complete game shutout, going the distance there on a game that ended in a crisp 1 hour and 56-minute contest. Well, that will finally do it from out here in Saratoga. It's been a long, fun day, but if you're here for all 3, I'm glad you were able to get through it all for all 3 games. I'd like to thank the folks at West Valley College for accommodating me, especially with Matt Folsom helping me set up and getting things ready to go. Until we meet again, this is Rodrigo Donner reminding you of the final score from Saratoga, California on the campus of West Valley College. Hollister 4, St. Francis 0. Hollister are your 2023 CCS Open Division champs. And from behalf of all of us here at the NFHS Network, thank you for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. Make the most of it. I sure will. And as always, thank you, my friends, for being with us here on the show. Catch you on the flip side, guys. Bye-bye.